So usually you can park along this street. San Fernando is the main street here in downtown Burbank. There's lots of restaurants, shops, stores, and around the corner we have a major theater. Just off the main drag we have the Cartoon Network over in the black building right there, you can see. Not too far from the downtown Burbank spot. We have Urban Press, a SONOMA winery. I've actually been here before too. My mom was here just earlier this year in January, and we had a nice time. Since the movie theaters are not open, they're turning in their ticket entry areas into restaurants should there be a restaurant next door, since they can't use that space anymore with all the theaters closed. It is such a shame because this AMC in particular, being in Burbank, next to all of the studios in Los Angeles, I mean, Burbank has several studios such as Warner Brothers, ABC, Disney. They do premieres here, and unfortunately they can't do that now. I also believe that they do some film festivals on an annual basis, but not this year. That was fun taking you through downtown Burbank, what they call the Village District. Just over the overpass from the Village District, we're approaching Nickelodeon. Here's the building here. Well, I tried to get inside, but they wouldn't let me. And did you know that Burbank has a Burbank Historical Society museum complex? And right here we are approaching Walt Disney Studios, right here in Burbank. Way in the background over here, just near ABC Studios, you can see Forest Lawn Cemetery in the background. Next, we are approaching ABC Studios. ABC Studios is located right behind Disney. And here's the ABC Studios campus. Some really cute homes around, right around Disney and ABC Studios. So close to the studio. This is what they see out in their front yard. They see sound stages out in their front yard. Here we have the Burbank Studios. Right across the street from the Burbank Studios is one of my favorite coffee houses called Commissary. And if we go down the street a little bit further, not too far, we get over to the Warner Brothers campus. Warner Brothers has office buildings around this area. Warner Brothers offices. Rick D's Entertainment is in this building. Here's the Warner Brothers campus. So many movies and TV shows are made here. We're actually on Hollywood Way right now. I've actually been on this campus several times. It's such a treat. Some more Warner Brothers buildings. That's the Warner Brothers campus. We're actually entering into the city of Los Angeles proper. Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills cemeteries right over here that has many of your stars buried there. And straight ahead we have Universal City to our right, but across the way you can see some of the homes over the hill. And just to our left is actually Hollywood, Mulholland Drive, and all of that. Here's Universal City, Universal Studios. It's just so sad it's not open right now. But all the really cool movies that have been made here. many, many more, but these are the ones they showcase here as rides. That's all about I can get out of that, since there was security all over the front there. We'll make a right on W.C. Fields Drive. Here we have the Hilton at Universal Studios. This place is huge. On the backside of Universal Studios. One of my favorite rides here at Universal Studios, well, one of my favorite areas is the Harry Potter section. Unfortunately, we can't go. And straight ahead over here, we have Comcast NBC Universal Tower, where they have a lot of the offices for NBC and Universal. The place is so tall. Even a half a mile from Universal City is Studio City, where we have the CBS Studios. Well, one of them, the other CBS Studios, is in the middle of Los Angeles off of Fairfax and Melrose. In about another half a mile or so, we'll make a right on Tujunga Boulevard and take a look at a famous TV house. So we're not that far from Universal City. We're in Studio City, and here's the Brady Bunch house. Right here in Studio City. I just had to make a U-turn and see this car. I thought it was really cool. Look at this old pink Cadillac Eldorado. One of my favorite spots over here is Laurel Tavern, which is going to be open around our map. And just across the street from Laurel Tavern is CBS Studios. Over here you can see some of the stages, the sound stages. And right next door to CBS Studios is the Art Directors Guild. Check out this cool Corvette, that pink Corvette on top of the car wash sign. We are leaving Studio City. We're back in Universal City. To the left, you can see the backside of the NBC Universal Comcast building. And we're going to head back into Hollywood. And here we have the Hollywood Bowl. And we're approaching Hollywood Boulevard. Here's the Dolby Theater. Hollywood welcomes you. And here we have the Hollywood and Highland Mall, or Center. Here we are on the corner of Hollywood and Highland. And there's an actual name for this corner. It's called the Gene Autry Square. Hollywood and Highland Mall used to be home to the Hollywood Hotel. Now it's all shopping centers. We have the Dolby Theater. We have the famous Mann's Chinese Theaters, which is now called TCL Chinese Theaters. Across the street is where Jimmy Kimmel films. We have the Hard Rock Cafe. We have the Chinese Theater right here, which you can't go in right now. We've got Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. One of my favorite memories about Madame Tussauds Wax Museum was a little flick that I saw that Joan Rivers did. She stood next to her wax statue, and she stood still next to it, and then she jumped out, surprise! One of my favorite hotels here in Hollywood and in Los Angeles is the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel right here. I've stayed there a few times, used their pool. I've gone to their restaurant. They actually have a bowling alley on the second floor. And if you're a fan of the Muppets, here on the left we have the Jim Henson Studios. There's Kermit at the top. Next we have Paramount Studios. So much stuff goes on here. This campus is just huge. We're on Melrose Avenue. Here's the entrance. And as we leave the entire block of Paramount Studios, oh my gosh, that thing is gigantic. You can see way in the background, you got the Netflix Studios, which is next. Now look at the top of this building in front of us. That's actually the Netflix roof. They have a really cool patio, and I bet you the view from up there is just awesome. Got the Sunset Bronson Studios. It's the Netflix campus right here. All of your Netflix stuff goes on here. Now we are on Sunset Boulevard. Next door we have KTLA, Channel 5, Technicolor, and the Sunset Gower Studios. There's a lot of history here on the corner of Gower and Sunset. We've got Gower Gulch, which is where a lot of the country western stars got their start, as well as Charlie Chaplin Theater. And over here we have CNN. There's the CNN Tower. And right here we have the LA Film School. On the corner of Sunset Boulevard and Highland, we have the Hollywood High School. Famous stars such as Cher, Judy Garland, Carol Burnett have attended this high school, and I'm sure many more. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. Hate to see a $200,000 car that got crunched. Here's the Directors Guild of America here on Sunset Boulevard and Hayworth Avenue. Here we got the Laugh Factory on the corner of Laurel and Sunset. Check out those cool homes up in the backdrop. We're now entering into West Hollywood. This is what we call the Sunset Strip. Lots of night spots to go to here in West Hollywood. Standard Hotel. Got the Sunset Tower Hotel. They got a really neat restaurant bar in there and an outdoor pool. We have Andaz Hotel. Here we have the Comedy Store. It's not open right now, but they are making do as becoming a restaurant full-time. I think they do comedy on the screen or something. And coming up to our left here, we have the Hollywood Improv Comedy Club right here. Here we are cutting through the Melrose Design District. So now we're back on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, and way in the background you can see where Elton John lives in that high-rise. Here we are at the entryway to Beverly Hills, headed down Santa Monica Boulevard. And now we're cutting through the Beverly Hills shopping district. Here we are approaching Fox Studios. We're on the corner of Avenue of the Stars. We are actually in Century City, which is right next door to Beverly Hills and sandwiched between West Los Angeles and Santa Monica. And here's Fox Studios. That's a wrap for our Hollywood studio tour. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is brought to you by Darrell.Reeves with Coldwell Banker Realty. Here's my contact information if you know of anybody looking to buy or sell a residential home. Give me a ring. It'd be much appreciated. Please like this video on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos for travel and real estate related. I hope you enjoy them. You can click on my face on the right to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And click on any of these videos on this screen for more travel and real estate related videos. Thank you for watching.